only one person's feelings are being considered in these big rooms, and it's literally why the people are frustrated, because there's not more of a display of racism than silencing people and playing one narrative. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, it's not fair.
And
like, it has to get woken up.
Sorry.
Go on.
No, I just want to say the reason that I was speaking about the situation that where that box is with Michelle's live is because that's exactly when Pearl went live. She went live straight after that situation. So in my eyes, I see it as she is upset about what's happening in that live. So that's why I see it as, but it wasn't about Pearl. That's what I'm saying. Pearl went live directly after that. She might have been a build-up of feelings of the last 2 days, but I'm aware I didn't see what happened the other day with Paigey and Pearl. But all I can see is Paigey's still upset, and she's entitled to still be upset by something that affected her. You've got to remember, that whole situation that happened to begin with was in Paigey's live. It was then spoke about, and being called a bunch was potentially about Paigey as well. So her feelings are valid in this whole situation.
So here's what I'm gonna do, right? I've got a second device now. I'm gonna find that live, and I'm gonna take it back to anyone who wants to watch it, and we'll see. Because that's the thing about TikTok, is a lot of lies get thrown around, but there's recordings. So fuck it, we'll just bring up the recordings and we'll see. Because I'm not about painting narratives. I'm not about letting anyone get away with lying. So we'll just bring receipts. I've got time, like. And listen, Karis, you're getting upset that you're getting outed in the comments. I can only say this is what it feels like. You've gone to a hostile environment, and this is what it feels like to go to any other life. I'm going to be honest, this is a taster of what it feels like when, like, that's just it. Is my phone bugging? I feel like people requested and...
The box is just doing that.
Hello.
No, it's not that I'm not upset about anyone in the comments. I really couldn't care. But do you know what I mean? It's annoying that, once again, I hope Paige is okay. Yeah.
So can we have a quick conversation? Can we have a quick conversation?
I hope Paige is okay. But do you know what I mean?
Can we have a quick honest conversation? One second. Can we have a quick honest conversation? Yeah. Do you feel like Pearl gets bullied?
I feel that people are on at her constantly, and I don't feel like people are on at others constantly.
Okay.
Thing is,
what makes you think that?
Pearl.
No. Listen. Don't.
Completely.
You're getting defensive. This is literally a conversation between two people, and I just want you to be honest. Yeah. You feel like people aren't. So you come to my lives. Have you ever heard me speak on anybody else who said something effed up?
Yeah, you do, Devon, but it's not at the same volume of people watching as it is when it's Pearl.
And why do you think that is?
What do you mean? Sorry?
Why do you think not the same amount of people come in when I'm doing other people than Pearl?
I don't know, because I do commit, and so obviously I
there you go, and I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer, Karis, because Pearl fans are more invested than other people's. So, for instance, I've spoken about Court Assassin. I've spoken on AJ. I've spoken on Mad Hatter's Stings. I've spoken on a lot of creators. None of them come and cause the same problem as people who are diehard Pearl fans.
But would you not say Zach has diehard fans?
Yeah, and they don't act in the same way as Pearl fans. Because Zach's demographic is different. So it's not, nobody's getting treated in any different way. It's the people who choose to follow people. And I'm going to put it very, very bluntly. A lot of people vibe with Pearl because they might have the same thoughts and feelings. Whereas Zach's supporters don't have the same thoughts and feelings. He's a gay man, right? So he's predominantly women. He also has a lot of Zach's supporters were black women as well. So they've stayed quiet about it. They knew that he was wrong. Oh shit, 1 second. They knew that he was wrong, and they don't every single day come into black people's lives and tell them they're wrong for feeling the way they feel. That's why it's carrying on.
It's a completely different situation. Okay, so do you know what explicitly and implicitly means, Caris, in terms of racism? So do you know what implicit racism is? Or explicit racism? Can you explain to me, please, what the difference is?
I understand it. I don't need to.
No, I'm just asking because these are what I'm talking about, Caris. When what pisses me off about you, jump around whoever you want to go in boxes. I don't care. I can't tell no one what to do. When I'm seeing you get at me and get at people, and we're talking about racism specifically, you don't know what the fuck we've been talking about, let alone relating to it. How dare you constantly tell me how to feel? And I'm a lion. I'm this and that. And oh, but you didn't do that with that person. Or that with that racist. What is implicit racism and explicit racism?
Hang on a minute. I've not.
I'm asking you a yes or no question. Let's have a conversation. Because you want to debate about this. I'm asking you. I'm answering your question with a question. Can you answer yes or no?
No, because what you're trying to do is try.
No, Caris, don't tell me yet again. Why are you telling me? I've not told you what you're trying to do. Don't tell me.
Hang on a minute. No, but you're trying to.
Okay, so you can't answer me. That's all I need to know.
That I have not been against racism.
Hello, you can
like that.
Against racism. I'm talking.
But that is what you're.
Okay, explicit and implicit racism means two different things. So an explicit racist, Caris, means someone that doesn't like black people and consistently likes to goad them, harass them, antagonise them. Implicit racism is where someone may have, indulged in racism or because they've grown in it, it's part of our society, a part of our institution, but you're not an actual racist person at heart. The implications of what you're doing and what you're saying is completely different. Why the fuck are you asking two black people how they handle two different complete forms of racism, please? Why are you saying that Pearl got more than Zach did when it's completely two different situations? Just as not only what Devon said, demographic is very important. Zach literally imitates and used to try and perpetuate the image of a black female in terms of the Beyonce, in terms of how he acts, how he talks, etc., etc. So, of course, his demographic of people watching him are going to be completely different. Whether they're brainwashed or not, it's completely different. Harry, not right now, darling. Completely different demographic. Pearl's demographic of people are people that sat down behind the fucking burger van, screaming EDL, laughing, calling people the P word, and saying, go back to your own country. Completely different forms. Explicit, implicit Caris racism. Institutionalised, right? Conditioned. Completely different forms of racism, Caris. So what I'm sick of on the app, my love, is people like yourself who have not implicitly had any forms of racism directed towards you in terms of the black community, and telling us, even now, butting in while I'm talking about this in general and I'm getting my feelings out on racism as a mixed race woman is fucking crazy to me. It's like if you were part of the LGBTQ and you were talking about the rights of lesbians and how you feel as a lesbian woman, and me not being a lesbian at all, not knowing anything about it, kept on butting in, trying to rebuttal what you're saying. Why the fuck do you feel like your entitlement has enough to do that?
One, I'm not sure where I've asked two black people.
You've just said to me and Devon, why have you not got on to that? You've just said about that.
What question did I ask? Please tell me.
You've just said, I mentioned Zach. Why are you mentioning, when we're talking about...
No, Devon asked me a question. I didn't.
Well, you mentioned Zach yesterday as well, darling. I've got, do you want me to get the screenshots out in the comments? Because I can't be bothered. I've got a screenshot print, so I'll have to go...
In my personal opinion of how I witness things that go on this app, that is my opinion. I'm not alone in that opinion.
No, but I'm not saying you're alone. You're over-explaining. I'm asking you a question.
You can disagree with that opinion. That's fine.
Disagree. So you're telling me, people of colour how to disagree in terms of a conversation. It's really simple. I'm saying to you, when you're mentioning Zach, because you mentioned Zach and EQ yesterday as well.
Right. Is there a point in which I can talk? Because you're saying a lot and you're not giving.
You didn't answer a single thing though, but it's fine. It's fine. You go and answer.
Hold on a minute. If I answered you, you said I was interrupting.
No, I didn't say you interrupted me once. I said earlier when you were shouting over me, I said I've asked you simple questions, but I'm not allowed to get my questions asked. So you're going to now go on a spiel and go around it. That's absolutely.
No, all I've said, right? So the live the other day in Top Girls where Pearl wanted to get in the box because there was comments that you were responding to in the chat, and Chocolate was trying to have a bit of banter and make a laugh out the situation, which, to be honest, it should be made a joke. But Pearl joined in, that's all that happened, and then you went a bit off on one, understandably, because obviously it's a big thing to everyone, really, what went on in the past. Nobody was disputing your feelings whatsoever, but that was the situation. It then progressed the next day, and Courtney said, and it was mentioned then yesterday. So Courtney said today Pearl wasn't involved, but it wasn't about Pearl. Well, it did kind of reference over the past 2 days about Pearl. It was in reference to that situation. So all I've said is Pearl was mentioned, it was part of that, and it was kind of about Pearl. So all I did was correct Courtney. So I'm
Karis,
not sure as to where all these remarks are coming from.
This is
Karis,
I'm asking these questions
Karis.
and I'm conflicted. I'm telling two black people how they should feel or anything like that. Have I ever said that?
So you know that situation that happened.
I'm not gonna lie. But this is the thing, Kaz, what you're realising. You're all having conversations about two specific people. I'm sat right here and I'm the one that can't talk the fucking least. That is nuts to me. You're having a conversation about a conversation I had, and you're all telling me to stop talking as much. But
No,
you're
I
having an opinion
didn't.
on.
I said that what Courtney was saying was incorrect. Devon,
Right, Karis, they started with you in the live.
I can say that.
With you at me, calling me a liar. Yeah. Did you not? Because
I can't remember even what that was in relation
this is how it all
to. If
started,
you're
so I'm
happy
baffled.
you can explain to me, no problem.
Okay, right. So yet again, I have to sit down and explain everything to everyone, even though I'm not that stressed out. But it's fine because if I get over aggressive or anything, then it's fine. I have to go over the top for you, but you can't go over the top in listening. I have to go over the top in my explaining, and you're over understanding, but you can't go over the top and just shut up for a minute and actually listen to what people are saying. So I've got to do too much, but you don't have to do much. That's fine. Pearl jumped up. I made a joke saying Pearl don't sell her burgers to black people because she thought she could jump up in a space where I wasn't have racial banter about black people, yeah? I made a joke. I went off, did I? Or get the screen recording, so she started calling me a little cunt, tell me to know my place, little girl.
But, she didn't call you a little cunt, right, so that's clearly where the lie is. She didn't call you that.
She didn't call me... Why are you so up? Like, when this all comes out, what are you going to then do? When she's telling me...
I'm not... did I just...
No, you just said she didn't. You didn't say I don't think she did. You don't say... Listen, wording and language is very, very, very important, Karis. You didn't just say to me and you're wondering why I'm getting upset or I feel gaslit or I feel like no one's listening because you're being lazy with your wordings and lacking. You're not taking into consideration how serious even the situation is in general, what we was talking about. She jumped up and started swearing when she started jumping and going mad when I made the joke about... the black
you both went mad though. You were both
I can't.
Devon, I'm just out. Sorry, I'm only coming in for 2 minutes. Paigey, Alicia's got the screen recording. She didn't call you a cunt. I'm just saying that.
Okay, well, she called me another swear word then. Whatever she called me. Oh, so that's all you wanted to jump up and say?
That's literally all I've said, Paige. I didn't say that she didn't say, shut up, little girl. I never said that. But she didn't say, she didn't call you a little cunt. And that's all I've said.
No, it's not. You lying little fucking cunt witch. It's not. I'm picking her. You sat there at me in every fucking live for the past 2 days. You've added me sneaky because there's 1,000 people or 500 people because you're not in a box. You've been antagonising me for 2 fucking days. You've been jumping in boxes for 2 days.
No, I've just given facts on the situation.
That's what you've been doing.
I've just given facts on the situation, which have just been verified.
No, it's not facts.
But it's just
the one word. So using that one phrase to make out like now I'm a liar. Play the fucking recording if you like. She was going mad. I could shout at who the fuck I want to shout at. This is another thing. You will sit there and watch the most maddest people go mad and shout about random cunts you never met that had nothing to do with anything important. Not racism, homophobia, anything standing on business. I want to cry and shout about racism and you're all telling me not to shout and cry. Fuck off. Fuck off now. I'm being so dead serious when I've seen all of you cry about people that don't like you in a box. Oh, this person don't like me, I got upset, so I'm going to cry now. Oh, this person can do that. Pal screams and shouts exactly all she wants, and I can't shout.
I not said that you.
I didn't say you, Karis. I said the comments.
Okay, but like you're taking
fucking
that out
hell!
on me.
Like all of you just get off my dick. It's nuts.
But Paige, I wasn't criticising you.
Karis, you thought I started the atting.
What do you mean?
Live. You were the first person to start at me.
All I've done is correct the situation and say she didn't say that.
No, because I didn't say she called me a CUNT at the start. That was before we'd even started shouting at each other. So what are you going on about? How does that make sense?
I didn't at you in that live though.
You didn't at me in Top Girls Live, no?
No.
Oh my fuck.
Hey, do you want to take? Do you want to take?
But the thing is, what you're trying to insinuate, Paige.
One second, Karis. One second. Karis, 1 second. Don't talk to her for 2 seconds. Let her have a moment. I want to ask you something. Do you remember when I kicked off when I went into Alex's live, and I messaged him because I was going into his spaces and I was having banter, and people were suddenly turning angry on me and filling the comments with hateful things. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I've got some recollection of it, yeah.
Right. Are you hearing any similes to what happened with the chocolate situation?
Not particularly.
So Chocolate was having banter in a space that he thought was like a mutual space.
Yeah.
And Pearl was in that space as well. And then Paige, like, it was interpreted that she went at her when she was just partaking in the banter of the room. And that's how quickly situations can change in unneutral spaces. So when you creators are saying, no, there's no bias here, we're all friends here, it's not true. And it causes,
but
look at the spiral.
You're putting words in my mouth now because I've never said that.
No, I'm not.
I said that.
You're not getting it. Like, here's the thing about this app. Everyone is
point, and I don't disagree
so defensive. Yeah, we're just talking. Like, we're take away. Just stop looking at the comments. We're having a conversation, yeah. And what I'm saying is, like, the problem is people saying that they're friends with everyone, but clearly they're not. So an example of that was, I don't even want to say it because I'm gonna cause World War III. Like, it's hard to be honest on this app because when you actually tell people the truth, people just get defensive. Nobody's listening to each other. It's like, you know, when she asked you that question,
your point,
yeah,
and I do agree with you.
Remember when she asked you about those different types of racism, and you avoided it. You could just say, "You're right. I don't know." There's no shame in that. But instead, you try to divert. And this isn't an attack. This is me just talking to you on a level, saying...
What I was trying to do, Devon, right? Because all of that conversation being aimed at me makes it look like to people who are not really aware of what's going on or anything like that, it makes it seem that I'm this bad person, that I've got those feelings myself and everything like that. When, to be fair, Devon, you know full well, I've been in comments backing all of you in times like that. So I feel it's slightly unfair to have that conversation aimed at me.
But here's the thing, Karis.
I'm going to ask you apply to me. Do you see what
I'm going to ask you one more question. I'm going to ask you one more question, and I want you to be honest about it, yeah? Do you like Paige?
Yeah.
And
I've been in
I don't believe you. Why can't people just say they don't like people? And that's why certain things come, like, it's very frustrating. No one's honest on this app.
Hang on a minute.
Like, you're telling me you like Paige.
Ask Paige, have I not been in her life? Have I not gifted her directly? Have I not supported her with what she was kindly doing? You cannot say that I don't like Paige. I don't.
You don't get. You're not getting it.
Saying lies,
but it's okay.
It's factual.
Right.
Yeah, it's good.
What's good, bro? You right?
Yeah, I gotta ask a question here, right? I keep hearing it this morning. I've seen it in a couple of lives and stuff like that. Who's been going on a racist one?
No one has. No one has. Do you know what it is, bro? People are going on a racist one every single day on this app, like, but people don't know the meaning of racism. Everyone's going on a racism. Well, like, let's be real. But it's not that. It's basically a recording got played on Red's stage, which is a big platform, and it showed Pearl crying about being bullied and how no one leaves her alone and no one talks about other wrong-uns on this app. And I feel like that's an abuse of power, and it's showing one side of things.
Yo, listen.
You get it? Like, you call people out all the fucking time.
I'm gonna say this, yeah. I'm gonna say this straight, yeah. You see, the second somebody says some racist shit, yeah. He says some racist shit. Fuck them. They made that decision, yeah. And I'm not being funny, yeah. I'm sick to fucking death of everybody running around making excuses for people who think it's okay to fucking call people apes. Are you fucking mad? Are you fucking mad? I stopped talking to the person, yeah, instantly when they fucking did it. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. Do you know what's not fair? Black people being called apes. Yeah, that's what's not fair. So if you have got a problem, yeah, with people saying stuff to a racist, yeah, then sit there quietly and support your friend. Don't come out here, yeah, going, oh, this is unfair. What your friend did was unfair. What your fucking friend did was unfair. And it is easy. I don't like nobody.
Is this being directed towards me?
No, this is being directed towards anybody.
This is what I mean.
Hear me.
This is a conversation
being directed to anybody who is defending a racist. So if the slipper fits, yeah, I don't know who's been doing what. Yeah, I've just seen conversations being said. But if you feel like it's aimed at you, then probably wearing the same slippers.
Yeah, go run to Alex, you pathetic little girl. And while Alex is there as well, no one called you racist.
At the end of the day, right, this is the simple facts of it now, yeah? You see, the second, if I come on the app, yeah, and I turn around and I start, and I decide, yeah, to be a racist piece of shit, yeah, what I don't get to do then is complain when people have conversations about me. Are you mad? Sorry.
Can I just quickly? Paige, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say why I dropped Karis quickly. People in the comments, Karis, were saying drop and feeling. I don't want people to say this is a bully live and that you're getting ganged up.
Bro, she's being called over. That's why I dropped it. You're having a live against you. She's being called over. That's why. It's not a bully live. She's being called over because Alex is running his big one and trying to make it about him as per usual. I don't get why.
Can we just talk about the fact that everyone's seen if Karis is okay in the comments, but it's no one checking on Paige? It makes me so angry. Paige is not affected here.
Anyway,
Jessica, no one was attacked.
On the reels, I just I'm sorry for running in with a fucking bad with a little runny mouth and all that, yeah. But I'm fucking sick of the conversation being had. Simple as that, man. Don't chat to racists. You know what I mean? And if you want to sit there and put yourself in the company of racists, then guess what? We are the company we keep. I would never, ever, ever stand with anybody who was homophobic, racist, misogynistic in any way, shape or form. Them people ain't my peoples. Yeah?
Can I just say something here? Because I was in this live yesterday, and I keep saying this, and people are not listening, and it's fucking me off. So yesterday, when we was in Michelle's, we was talking about a comment that was made on this app by someone else. We was talking about that. The comments were mix up and talking about Pearl, and people kept saying Pearl's name. No one in the boxes mentioned her. Then I said, me, not Paige, me, I said, stop being mix up and bringing Pearl into it. And then Paigey said, let's talk about Zach the Brat, let's talk about EQ, let's talk about Sussius, let's talk about what's been said about Sophie, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. Paige didn't say fuck all about Pearl yesterday. Nothing. So I don't understand where this narrative has come from, that Paige is doing this, that and the other to Pearl. Pearl got dragged for months and months by all of us, and it's calmed down now. The other day in Top Girls Box, Paige made some like bantery comments because they were talking about burgers. Paige cracked a joke. Everyone started crying. She hasn't done nothing wrong. Give this girl a fucking break here. This is ridiculous. It's the comments that are mixed up, that are running around between people saying, oh, this person's saying this person's saying that. What people need to do is go to each other. We're all adults. Go to each other and say, did you say this? Did you say that? That's how you deal with things as an adult. Not listen to little fucking nobodies running around. And also, Devon, in your comments, you've got someone called Olivia Grace. I think it's that King Kesh, but they say horrible, horrific, racist, disgusting things. So you need to put them out of your life.
I've got mods. Just move them. And here's something I want to say. Here's something I want to say right now. Yeah. Apparently, there's all Pearl sending people over. Alex is. Listen, don't do that. If you want to talk, yeah. I'm sick of the fucking back and forth. I'm sick of the crying. Come and chat to me. Listen, little messengers. Go to them. I'll go to their. I don't care about platforms. Tell them that I want to talk to them, and then let's see what one. Don't send people over.
See the people who are racist on TikTok and then they post videos crying, saying that their mental health's affected because they're being trolled. Good, I'm glad, because the damage that they do to other people's mental health, nobody talks about that. Paige gets this every single day. It's bullshit.
I just think this whole situation's been not twisted. Basically, this whole conversation started on the back of that. Obviously, Misread played a video, but we were just trying to say that that's not fully 100% everything happened. Exactly what Alicia said. Pearl was not the topic of conversation yesterday. It was literally about something else. And obviously, she's gone live and it became about her, and it wasn't even about her. Unfortunately, her name got mentioned.
Miss Red's just messaged me and said I wasn't speaking directly about Paigey. I was speaking about everyone that goes at Pearl on a daily basis, which she's entitled to see Pearl's her friends. Whatever. I'm talking about the people who are running around causing shit.
Yeah, the mixy people. Like, it's ain't Miss Red's fault.
And start crying and being upset because you lot get off on people's sadness, and it's fucking weird, and I've had enough of it.
No, it's true.
And that's why
I'm sorry, but and hold their platform, yeah, that's fine. Like, same way Devon's here holding the platform. But listen, no one is liked by everyone, yeah. There's people that will dislike the way you move and talk, but you don't have to force yourself there and make it a toxic environment. Do you know what I mean? There's 500 people in here now. We're having a conversation. The comments, yeah, they're mixy, but it's not like too heavy flowing on one set thing or one set person. In Miss Red's live, it's like you in the comments that turn it toxic for her. Yeah. Like if you made that, she's got an FYP page and yeah, straight at certain people up and blah, 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 but you also make it a choice to indulge in that toxicity. You go together in your thousands and go indulge in toxicity and then sit there and wonder why people like Pearl is going to run and love it in them kind of places. Pearl made it about herself, and do you know why I'm sick and I'm fed up? Because it's so blatant to me. I don't know how much people can't see it. It's a racist making a racist situation about themselves. You know how fucking mad that is? Yeah. Like, many names got mentioned. Why wasn't Sophie and Levi running live then? And I'm cool with Sophie and Levi, by the way. I just mentioned people that were accused or have said or has been accused at some
I'll
point.
tell you why I'm not okay with Sophie and Levi is because on that screenshot that I saw, hold on, Paige, from that recording that I saw today, in that box was Levi, Alex, and some other people.
Yeah, but Levi's
we understand.
Levi's cool, Devon. Levi, I'm cool with Levi, but I'm saying, like, this is just me being my opinion. Like, Levi's a bit bitchy. Like, he's a big male bitch. Like, not in a horrible way, but he does his cam 2 thing. That's sassy on its own. You're doing, like, you run around into boxes. Do you know what I mean? You're getting involved in the drama. I see him arguing with fucking Millen about who is more of a daddy. You know, stuff like that. Like, he's going to be indulged in them combos. That's my point. In them spaces. Because they're mixy spaces. So when you've got a mixy platform and content, like, you're going to be drawn to them spaces, if that makes sense. And Levi is just there because of, like, he's dragged where any drama is. I don't think he's got, like, a personal vendetta where it's that deep to him. Like, the rest of it where Pearl's like, oh, Paige hates me, blah, blah. I just think he heard his name. And when he hears his name, his ears prick up. And then boom, 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 it's drama time. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say to Rach in the comments, because she said, where's the energy for Zach the Brat and EQ? People have spoken about the stuff they've done. There's been lives run on the stuff they've said and done. However, EQ just won't entertain it at all. She doesn't give a shit.
Can I just say, Devon forgot that when me and Torin and EQ went like head to head for like a whole 2 months, EQ went and got her whole head braided just to why me and Torin are.
Because Pearl will come on and she'll try to explain herself. Sorry, Paige. She'll try to explain herself and she'll speak to people and she'll get in boxes and whatever. It seems to be more that everyone's going at Pearl. And then you've got people like Zach the Brat. He thinks he's above everyone when he's not. He's a piece of shit on the floor. Yeah. But he'll sit there going, oh, well, this is boring now. He doesn't respond to it in the same way as Pearl, and that's why. Like, we speak about everyone who's said shit on this app. Even our own friend Jester, who had said something, we're in boxes speaking about it. No one's scared to say anything. It's just that Pearl is fiery and she'll say what she wants to say. And that's why it seems
what's really sad to me?
Going at Pearl.
Do you know what's really sad to me? I feel like there's a lot of people on this app who are quite happy to just be morally bankrupt if it brings them views and it's actually insane.
Sierra, please tell me, this is what I mean. You lot don't watch enough. You lot clearly watch one person, one racist. You're pissing me off, CLA. Me and CLA beefed for about 6 whole months to the point on Miss Red's platform. She told me to stop my mum. On Miss Red's platform, she told me to SYM.
Rachel, I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying, because Pearl will do the back and forth.
No, I'm saying they're naming up names.
Angie gets dragged for being a racist. She goes back and forth. So then it seems like you're going at them more. It's just that they indulge in it more than other people do.
No, but they're saying, Elisa, we've not spoken about these people.
It's been spoken about. You lot just pick and choose what you want to hear.
But you're not. The thing is, you're not even looking doing your research. Like I said, how can you come to me and you're saying about Miss Ren, all these lot? Like, there was 5,000 people last year, about a whole year ago, when CLA was doing her most racism, and she's sitting there calling me, telling me to SYM and all this because I'm arguing, going back and forth, telling her that she's saying that I don't leave her alone. So I don't get what you want. I'm really baffled.
Also, at the end of the day, it's not difficult. They're every one of the racists, they're shitty people. They're all the same. Like, do you know what I mean? But you can't say that you or Torian haven't spoke about other people doing the same shit.
I'm just baffled.
And you never do it.
And Alicia is so right. Sorry, Dion. Alicia is so right. Like, Zach, it's so fucking true. Do you know how hard I tried to even get into Zach's live? Like, when he was doing his thing. Like, we done lives about it. We was running lives. He had sub only for like fucking 2 months. He fucking would not go into a single box. Alicia is actually so right. He wouldn't go into a single box.
He wouldn't. He was scared to, because he knew he was wrong. Do you know what Zach done? It's fucking disgusting. But the geezer won't take a cut. He just said, "Oh, poor me, woe is me. Oh, I nearly unalived myself." Blah blah. Yeah. He goes through shit every day. But this geezer was scared to face. He went on his own live. He had full control of it. He didn't speak to no one. He just started thinking he could toss people out or say, "Oh, well, this person's done this person's done that." What they've all done, what Pearl said, is wholly wrong. What he said is wholly wrong. What he said is wholly wrong. They're all on the same level. There's no better or worse racism here. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, if someone indulges in it,
it's like playing racist top trumps.
If people come into spaces where we're speaking about it, or you know, they allow us to go into their boxes to speak about it, it's going to look like we're going at them more. But there's been lives held on all these people. But you lot don't want to do that.
Literally, defamation just said, I met defamation calling out Zach. And defamation's like one of my top babes now. Do you get me? Like, I met her, like, whilst calling out these people. But the thing is, what you need to realise as well, like Elisa said, racism's racism. Implicit and explicit racism. Like, stop, first of all, trying to tell people which one's more. Like, when it's like, and it's going to sound harsh, but I don't care. If you get offended or upset what I'm about to say, go and read this, why I no longer talk to white people about race. When it comes to white people, okay, telling people of colour, right, the level of offence that they're allowed to be offended by when it comes to racism, but then they're not going to act on their allyship. Oh, that racism's not as bad as that one, so they get to pick, but we're not allowed to react on a racism, on the level of racism they believe it. Oh, shock, 1 second.
The thing is,
did she get a fire?
She must have. Yeah, she must
have. You know what happens when these things like.
Paige, come on your back up.
Do you know what's absolutely mad though? Do you know I was in a live with Paige one day, and I was sticking up for Paige against. It was I think it was after the Pearl thing, and people were literally putting in the comments saying to me, "But you're white, so why are you speaking up for her?" I'm like, what?
Rat-a-tat-tat. People are still spoken about. Paigey was the one who mentioned people's names yesterday, and she didn't mention Pearl's. Let me just say, she did not mention Pearl's name. She mentioned other people's names. What did she just say?
There's some people are untouchable for way. It's like the elites. They can't be touched.
Wait, Kaz, do you know you're in the box?
Kaz, you're in the box, pal. Welcome.
Maybe drop Kaz.
I'll drop her.
Is she all right?
That sounded. She sounded very good to me, but I don't know. Oh, she's still there.
Does she play tennis?
No, that's not tennis, mate. Someone.
I'm not.
My boxes. Did I? My boxes are bugging.
EQ will not take accountability. EQ will say this is part of an act, yada, yada, yada. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to go and drag accountability out of her? What do you want us to do? We cannot force people to say anything. I'm scared of Kazan.
Me too.
Do you know what's really sad though? EQ would be the first one to call somebody out if they were like transphobic. Like, I don't know why people can't see that discrimination of any form is not right.
Hey, can I just say this as well? I want to make a point of saying this, yeah. So, whilst I've been sat here watching this live, yeah, to all of you little rat bastards in the comments, yeah. Oh, Pearl's amazing, Zach's amazing, EQ's amazing. I've screenshotted every single one of you and your names, yeah. And I'm putting a list of all your names up on Instagram, yeah. And I'm going to let people know who your accounts are because I firmly believe that you are the company you keep.
I love that.
So if you're gonna sit in these comments and you're gonna defend all these racists, yeah, just make sure that you're ready to stand on business because there are going to be people going to come and comment on your page and they're going to come and inbox you and they're going to come and say stuff to you, and just make sure you've got the same fucking chest you've got in the comments in this live, okay?
Chloe, why don't you get in the box and stand on your morals? How about that? You're in the comments, you're saying a lot in the comments. Why don't you come in the box and tell us where we're going wrong and what you would do to make a difference? Please tell us right now, immediately get in the box.
Yeah, Paige, can you remember the live we were in that day and people were like, why? Can you remember people were saying, like, why is Dion sticking up for Paige because she's white?
Rude, man. I'm
like,
really
what difference does that make?
Out.
What you say?
I'm
What
really
did you say to Red Man?
pulling people out.
Oh.
You know,
Chloe,
this app has just gone toxic.
Oh, right, you're giving me credit for calling them out. Okay. Yeah, nah, yo, listen, I appreciate it, but all of these are just doing as much as I do. They just do it live, man. I just do videos.
All right, Chloe, you make sure after you've spoken to your doctor, you make sure you get in this box, honey.
Wait, Chloe, are you not the one, Chloe, that's like sent me 100 million DMs like on a really overwhelming basis, like saying that you love me? Is that the same Chloe?
Oh, I'm done. If it is, I am actually done.
Only because I'm just worrying because you actually you overwhelmed me with inundated messages. If it is the same Chloe, it actually stressed me out a little bit. But telling me how much I stand on business and stuff like that and da-da-da-da-da. I'm just wondering, is it the same Chloe? Because now you're saying a completely different thing. But yet again, is it another Caucasian person telling me that I can only stand on business with certain races? Is it another person? No, I'm asking Chloe, is it the same Chloe? Because you look like the same Chloe in the picture.
Yeah, she framed.
So I'm just asking, that's all, my honey.
Yeah.
Do you
If you're not, that's absolutely fine.
I can
But my
imagine
thing is
that Chloe's one of the ones that sends people messages saying, Paige has just said your name. Paige has said this.
Definitely.
And then says, I'm on hold to the doctors.
Aries, whatever your name is as a toad, you're going to get IA.
Listen, I ain't even going to stay too long because I know you're going to have some little weasel that wants to get in this box in a minute and run the guns in it. But
Happy New Year to you all.
big up newsletter because there ain't enough people doing this on the app. I don't understand when colour of skin became the biggest problem on the planet. Like, do you know what I mean? But big up newsletter for calling people out because it needs addressing. On a serious level, it needs addressing.
Thanks, Millet Man. Do you have a nice millet?
It's a beige shade at the minute, but we won't talk about that.
You got to change your name.
Change your name right now. Get out.
Paige is like, now for the important stuff. How's your mullet?
Chloe, can you tell me what you would like me to do, please? Let me know what you would like me to do.
I know what I'd like her to do.
You're a hypocrite that gives your friends leniency. Am I the fucking Jesus Christ of this app? Or am I just someone who gives my opinion?
What friends are you supposed to be giving leniency?
God knows.
I don't know how many times you've had to have this conversation with people and let people know.
Chloe, no, I don't want to get you in the doghouse, but
don't. Because you know, everyone, what happens is, power supporters come over and they say, isn't your mum friends with CLA? Don't you call people out? I called Zach out for days and days and days, and he ran and he never faced it. Then he gave me his number to face it, right? And I chose not to call him because it's done. I don't want to be associated with him. In the same way, I don't want to be associated with Pearl. The only reason I mention her name is because I go to lives where I think that my people are there. Like when I go to Top Girls Live, I think, everything's going to be cool. And I'm getting added in the comments for no reason. You are the people that are stirring it up, not
Chloe,
us.
Can I just tell you why Pearl got the energy she did? Because Pearl called women of colour an orangutan twice. That's why Pearl got the energy that she did.
It was 4 times, Lisa.
Oh, okay. Well, 4 times.
Because she called Devon the monkey. She called us the pack of orangutans. She then called Shep an orangutan once. She called Shep orangutan twice. Then she called us the pack of orangutans together, and then called Devon the monkey.
And
then she danced on live and said, "I'm a racist."
Box yesterday to call out Mr. Chocolate for what he had said. Yeah, he's still my friend, but I did call it out. I don't know if you think I'm like white saviour of life, but that's not the energy I'm trying to give out here. I just give my opinions on things, and what I say is what I mean. If that's not good,
and another thing, right?
Sorry, mate.
If you don't want lives, right? What's going to happen is people are going to say, "Oh, this is all getting brought up again." Well, go back to the person with the large platform who decided to run an unfair video. And I will say that to her, yeah? Everyone's going to be like, oh, you're back on Pearl. No, somebody chose to run a video where Pearl was crying that she's being bullied. We have every single right to respond.
But I don't
Pure and
think,
simple.
Devon, like, in all honesty, I don't think you can have a go at Miss Red for that. She's tagged in videos. She's only been tagged in the Pearl video. She's not been tagged in a video from Michelle's live. Do you know what I mean? So
Alicia, why play it?
Oh, she
With
plays
no
what-
context.
She plays what she's asked to play, and obviously she's seen one side. But I'm sure
I
if
have
she
seen
saw
myself.
I'm sure if she saw Michelle's live, she would also play that. In all honesty,
Let me tell you something now, Alicia. This is why I'm calling bullshit. I have seen my name. I have seen certain videos that I have done, or been involved in, and those For You pages have been tagged in them. Yeah? I've seen the tags, right, where they've said FYP, blah, blah, blah. They never get played. Videos where you have broken and show how sick you are of people abusing you and your deceased parents, yeah, that never touches anything. I'm not fucking having it.
That's
not an excuse.
Look, do you know? Okay, can I say one thing?
They haven't.
This is not me cussing out Miss Red, but what everyone needs to realise as well. This is not me defending her, but I'm also not gonna be up her ass. Miss Red she's messy as fuck. Her platform will not be a platform if it was messy. If she was fair, kind, considerate, and equal, there would be no FYP show because let's be real, the consumers don't want that. It's boring. So Devon, they're both right. I don't blame Miss Red, no, but I do specifically pick out target audience stuff for the said, obviously, dramatic effects. Of course, 1,000,000%. It's like saying Jeremy Kyle will give the most boring storylines. It's never going to happen. Do you understand? It's never going to happen.
Yeah, but you're doing it. Hold on, Paige. You're doing it at the expense
I'm agreeing with you, Devon.
of someone else.
It is.
No, I know. It's at the expense of you.
Yeah, it is. I agree, I'm saying. That's the messiness of her, I'm saying.
It's always one-sided. No, if you're playing one video, it's always one-sided if you're not playing both sides.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She's never going to play both sides because it's boring and it sounds bad. But if it's a situation where things are going to come to a resolution on her platform, she wouldn't be misread. And I'm being deadly honest. She wouldn't have 5k views and followers and 5k views every day. Because people want to see the mix up. People want to be offended. People want to be like, oh, that's so bad. Da, da, da. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. I don't blame Miss Red for the video today with Pearl. That's Pearl's issue. Pearl was the one that went live and said that she was being bullied. Understand? I don't blame Miss Red, but I'm also not like, oh, she could have been. That's fine. She could have done it easier. But I just don't care. Like that's her platform.
Paige,
that's how she chooses to run her live.
I'm not attacking anyone yet, but I'm saying.
Am I beefing this? No, the answer is no. Like I don't care.
No,
that's her
one's saying that. This is me.
I'm aware of that. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say is I can message Luke because Luke's on at 3:30 if you want because Cockapoo just mentioned it in the comments. And I
call Luke. I've got Luke's number. I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah.
I just don't really care. I don't really care. I don't want any more video to be played. I just want everyone to stop.
I heavily fuck with Luke.
Michelle's live on the FYP. Has anyone seen it? Because I've only seen the bits with Baby A. I've not seen the bits where.
Yeah, no, I've not. I don't really see any. I've not seen it, Lily.
It's on the Observer. That's the only place it's been put onto. But I don't know if Paige's bit is.
I've not seen that bit of Michelle's live, but I'm not.
So let me put this to you, yeah. I don't think Luke plays that video. This is what I'm talking about, yeah. I'm saying, yeah, if Luke comes across, I don't think Luke plays that video. And that's the difference. And I fuck with Luke very heavily because I think that he's the top FYP for me as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think Luke plays that video. I'm putting that out there. I don't think he does that.
What do you mean?
I don't think Luke would have played the same video that Miss Red played. And you have to ask, that's the question mark.
Sides, I believe that she would have played both videos. I'll be honest. I do believe she would, but I've not. No, Devon, but I've not seen that part on the FYP. It's only showing the bit where Baby A was screaming in the box. I've not seen. And if anyone has seen Michelle's live from yesterday, where it was thingy, where it was Paigey and that talking, then tag me in it, because I'll send it, because I'm sure people will play it, but I've not seen it posted.
Can I actually say to everyone to please tag me in any of the videos of Paige's part, and it will get shown.
Have you got it saved? Can you put it on that account, Late Night, and I'll send it.
But you know what? It's not about forcing someone to play it. It's about what, like, the first one being played in the first place. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
I get what you're saying. I completely get what you're saying. Like, it should have been both sides or neither. I completely get that.
Do you know what really winds me up though? Why do people in the comments always say, like, if you're talking about somebody being racist, and then they're like, oh, well, what about when this person did that? What about this person? That's not what you're discussing. It's infuriating.
Oh, it's
you can't
so
even use it as a deflection. It's ridiculous.
The thing is,
I just think if you're going to show one person's pain, show them both. It's not fair.
I just think, like, me and Pal had an argument or a disagreement. I'm not full mod, Scotty. I can't rise you, my love, on this account. I'm only full mod on my main. Like, Pal and me had an argument, yeah, or a disagreement, a little, whatever it was, right? That's not even the issue. What is it needing to be played? Like, we both went at each other. That's fine. I'm not saying that. It's the aftermath. It's that no one. I want to know if everyone's gone to Pearl's live and said, like, leave it alone too. Then don't bring it into 2025. Leave Paige alone. The same way people have come to me and said, leave Pearl alone. That is what I'm upset about. I know, Luke. Luke, I'm going to ring you in a minute before your FIP, if that's right, darling. I'll call you.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Scotty. But that's what I'm upset about. I'm not upset that Pearl, a random old lady who's aging like milk, shouted at me with her fucking minimal head and her head top. That's not what I'm upset about. She's allowed to... Scotty, you need to mute. You know your sinus problem stress me out.
Oh, sorry.
Thank
Scotty, can you stop breathing, please?
He breathes.
Listen, I'm walking up a hill with a bag. I only want to say something to Roadman. Roadman, can you hear me?
Scotty, you're ruining my flow.
Paige, baby, you got flow for days, girl. Go on, I'm gonna mute up.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm not saying I bullied Pearl or Pearl bullied me. Does that make sense? I'm not going around after Pearl started screaming at me. I didn't go, oh my God, she's bullying me. We had adults, had a disagreement or whatever it was, yeah? But my thing is, it's aftermath. Everyone came for me, everyone added me, everyone's going mad, being like, leave Pearl alone, you're disgusting, you're a bully, you're horrible. When she was the one making racial banter in the first place. And I didn't say she's getting at me. So did we both just not go at each other? I'm very confused. I'm allowed to have a go at a racist. Do you understand? Like, it's that simple. That's what I'm upset about. I don't know where the videos are though.
I've just messaged you the link, Luke.
I'll let Scotty go, and then I want to address Patsy Stone. Go on, Scotty. You wanted to speak to Roman.
Hey, Roman, are you there? Can you hear me?
I don't know if he's...
I don't think he's there.
Roadman.
He might be there, but I don't think he can...
Jenny, we love Luke round these ways.
I haven't loved Luke.
Well, I just misread messaged me and said...
I'm going to dip, yeah?
Oh, sorry, Scotty.
I'm going to dip, but... Roman to join my live when this live's finished, yeah?
Yeah, okay,
I'll share it
going through a lot.
Thank you, bye.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something very, very important.
You said misread messaged you.
Misread messaged me and said she was speaking about people in general, and she said, I hate seeing Paige upset. Like, she wasn't going at Paige specifically.
Yeah, that's why I'm not once, like, this is not Misread's fault, like, for once. No, I'm joking.
Listen, I'm gonna say this now. Paige, Alicia, and everyone else, they have no problem with Misread. It's me that, like, I'm the only person that is questioning things, and I have you can question things without people getting upset. Pure and simple. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I feel a certain way about it. But Paige and Alicia have no problem with Misread. Let's not do that.
I've just done it. Do you know what I mean? I've done it with Misread. I've gone over it, and I'm just over that. Like, it is what it is. That's her thing. That's her platform. I'm over that. Like, I don't think that...
Do you know what it was? Pearl requested Michelle's box, and she did, but it was when the boxes were full and Baby A was screaming at me, so nobody dropped to let Pearl in. And so Pearl thinks she wasn't allowed in, and that wasn't the case at all. Like, Michelle would have let her in because she's very fair. Like, she'll let people in. But it was when Baby A was screaming when I was telling everyone that she was part of a child doxing ring. And that's why Pearl didn't... That's why Pearl weren't...
Pearl said she wasn't allowed up.
No, she's not famous. She doesn't get dropped. I'm super mod in Michelle's live, and I saw Pearl request, but the boxes were full, and Baby A, it was when Baby A and Mary Motormouth were in there, and Baby A was screaming at everyone. Well, at me. Sorry.
Does Pearl think she's famous enough to, like, just someone has to get dropped? Because Pearl, this is another thing that does my head in with her as well. I've been in so many boxes.
But it moved on from that. Do you know what I mean? So I weren't going to drop someone and bring it back to what it had been on, but it wasn't. I just want to reiterate, it wasn't Pearl. It wasn't Paige who mentioned Pearl. It was the comments who kept saying Pearl's name.
And that's the thing, like, if I'm in a space where we're having a thing sometimes, I'm not saying I'm, like, Pearl can't be where I am, but do you know how many times I've gone into my friends' lives, Elisa's lives, even Miss Redder wants to have a discussion, I've gone into Top Girls, all these people's lives, and Pearl's been sat there, makes me feel shit, makes me feel horrible because she's the one that's racist, but guess what? I don't make a thing in the comments, I don't sit there and do this and that, I leave the fucking room. I leave the room. It's just out of pure common decency for not just fucking, it's not to do with Pearl, for everyone else in that room. When I'm in a room, she makes no effort at all but to come and goad. She didn't make a joke the whole time she was in the fucking comments. I didn't see one joke about anything else other than the race and burgers going back and forth between her and Chocolate, but when I'm in the box as well. And then I can't say nothing, but she can tell me to settle down, little girl. This is the thing. It's like, I'm allowed to be in places, so is she, yeah? But don't tell me and have a go at me constantly saying that I'm bringing it up when she is as well. I'm so confused.
I think that thing the other day was just a bad...
Can someone let the guests up, please?
Yeah, sorry.
Give me mod, Devon, and I'll do anything, honey.
I've got mod on 2 accounts. Don't give it to Alicia.
You do mod
because I keep getting...
1 wee second. Like,
my boxes, just so you know, my boxes are bugging, so just let people up for me, please, because I've seen, like, Luke and people trying to get up, and I can't let them up. Go on, sorry, Rachel.
Yeah, sorry. Like, I hate being rude. The only time I really don't go into boxes, and half the time that I do, I get abused because everyone thinks I'm too quiet and too nervous, but I'm just not one of these people that comes up and shouts and argues. I'd rather just have a conversation. So, you know, like, there's a few things, and I don't want to say your name wrong. I think it is Alicia. I'm not being horrible, again, whatsoever. But I think, obviously, I don't know, like, this, like, race thing has obviously become a big thing on TikTok. And I don't think that either of us can understand it and can understand the hurt that people have gone through. We can obviously be empathetic towards them. But I don't even know where I was going with this. I had it all in my head and I got too nervous again.
Take your time. Take your time. It's calm.
Yeah, I think it's just... I think see, when it becomes a bit content and it's just, you know, a constant thing, and it is people... This is going to sound really bad. People are not going to like me, but that's okay, because I've nobody on this app whatsoever. But, you know, it's different for someone like me or someone like Alicia, because it's direct. The comments that have been made, which obviously I'm not going to repeat, are horrendous. And I can't sit here and say that I, you know, understand how that feels, because obviously I can't. I won't. It's different, if that makes sense. So I can understand, like, I can be empathetic. Oh God, sorry, bear with me. I can be empathetic to the point of, you know, what was said was wrong, and I 100% agree it was wrong. But obviously, you know, we're not going to understand it in whatsoever way. So I don't like this.
I know where you're going, Rachel. Can I help you? I know where you're going. Here's the thing: the reason that Alicia can understand it is she's raising Muslim children. And in the same way there's racism, there's also like people...
nieces and nephews as well, but I think it's just different, if that makes sense.
Can I just say something, Rachel? I just want to say, like, I'm forever saying to people, I can never put myself in people of colour's shoes in regards to racism. However, I can call it out when I think that something's wrong, but I'm not sat here feeling rage for, like, on people's behalf, because I can never understand. I'm a white woman, like, I'm never going to experience that. I've got white privilege is real. I'm not out here trying to be a white saviour. I just know that right is right and wrong is wrong. Do you know what I mean? So I hope it doesn't come across like that, because I am always saying, like, I don't like to sit here and be like, oh my God, do you know what I mean? Because I've never experienced that, and I never will.
But I just think that's great. I'm sorry, but I think white people have every right to also, like, defend people of colour. Like, if we don't think something's right, that's mental. There's only people of colour that have the right to speak on it. we should all be speaking on it and calling the bullshit out.
MC Devo, are you a person of colour? Can I just ask you that, please?
I was just gonna quickly say I would agree and disagree, Courtney, because I think to an extent, yes, obviously call it out if it's wrong when you see it, but then
white people only get upset with their racism when they're called out by other white people. If they got upset by calling out black people, then they wouldn't. Yeah. There would be no such thing as racism. White people definitely need to call out other white people a lot more in terms of in terms of racism, because people when it comes down to any kind of person of colour, black or brown, they're not going to be listened to because the racism has been put towards them, so they've already been desensitised and undervalued as a human. White people get very embarrassed when other white people call out their racism. I've definitely noticed this. This is why we need our white saviour, Alicia.
Yeah, do you know what, PJ? I'm just gonna say I've never spoken to you before in my life, but honestly, thank you, because I think everyone, sort of needs.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Rachel. I get you.
Educated, because I'm not stupid whatsoever. I've never. Yada yada, doesn't really matter, but I appreciate you saying this on this platform. And I think that the issue that I have mainly is, and this maybe sounds racist to white people, I don't know, is them running about saying I'm really affected by this issue and what's happened. They don't understand what's happened. They don't understand, the history of it and etc. So that bothers me. I think, I don't know.
I get what you're trying to say.
Your heart's in the right place.
I'll always, people, when something happens, people will come to me because I've got opinions on everything. Everyone knows this. I'll jump box to box and give my opinion because I fucking love it. But I won't speak on behalf of people of colour. I'll just say what I know, and then I'll be oh, Devon's in the comments, get him up. Oh, someone get Paige in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here to speak on behalf of
no, but at least it's I'm honestly not being rude. How do you pronounce your name? I know people say
Alicia, but no one says it properly, so I'm responding to any of it.
Oh god, it's not going to work with my Scottish accent. Alicia. Oh gosh. Alicia, yeah, but see, even the comment I heard, again, it's not I'm not trying to start an argument whatsoever. But there was one time I was scrolling through the FYP, and you were just talking about, I think I do follow you on one of your accounts.
Yeah, probably on my main. Yeah, this is a backup.
Yeah, you're dead chilled, and you just kind of sit and do your own thing. You don't do much, but then you made a comment about, I think it was a joke, and again, on the internet, it got taken the wrong way, and I'm the worst for it. Not on this app. Probably more in real life, but you said I'm from the ghetto, and started trying to act.
But can I just stop you? You know the ghetto is not exclusive to black people.
I live
she is
in
probably
the ghetto.
From, she is from the ghetto.
She does. She lives in the ghetto.
Because I'll tell you why I said that as well. Because somebody was coming at me.
Is it homeless accommodation?
No. I live where I live. It's a council set. It's a shithole. And someone was coming at me saying, "Oh, because the way she speaks, she makes out like she lives in a big mansion." And I was saying, "Nah, I live in the ghetto. It's a shithole."
She's got
I you know what, you're the exact same as me, to be honest, because I've had a really good, from outsiders' eyes, really good upbringing, lovely houses, yada yada, been around different countries, and I've ended up, the point of my life, I've ended up in a council estate, and honestly, I couldn't think of somewhere better to be.
But I come from a village. I grew up in a village, and everyone was white, and there was a couple of people of colour here and there, and then I've moved to where I live now, and it is the ghetto. But that doesn't. I'm not saying oh, it's the ghetto because there's loads of black people. I'm saying it's the ghetto.
I know. I wasn't trying to have a go at you.
No, but the ghetto is not exclusive to any colour or demographic. Does everyone know that, yeah?
I know. Sorry, I worded that wrong. I wasn't meaning it.
No, not you. I just meant in the comments. The ghetto just means a poor, impoverished, run-down economic area. That's literally all the ghetto means.
Oh, God. Well, I'm in the ghetto now.
We're all in the ghetto, honey.
Yeah, we're all in the ghetto.
We're all in the ghetto.
I actually quite like it.
I've got a really good community where I live, and there's loads of different different cultures around me. Like next door I've got a Jamaican family, 2 doors up there's a family from Afghanistan, and everyone just gets on with everyone. That's why I love the town I live in, because it's so multicultural, and there's like a big Italian community, a big Muslim community, and my kids' school is just all these different cultures, backgrounds, ethnicities, and everyone just gets along where I am. When the EDL come here years and years ago, they got chased out. Like
that's
really quick by everyone.
I think ghettos, like, you know, council estates and places like that, yeah, they are the kind of places that actually have that community, like, you know, that when you look out and you think like, oh, what a little like community of people should be in your area. I feel like it's the council estates that have that, not these rich areas. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's people like that, like even down to me, like I live in very much of the ghetto. My son's school, yeah, English is the 4th speaking language. The 4th in my son's school. That's how diverse his school is. I love that shit. And everyone is so nice here and gets along. In the rich areas, you've got even people of colour that are like rude or racist or privileged, or do you know what I mean? Because they're in that little 1% bubble and they've got their own prejudices and all that shit. Like the councils, all of these kind of places, the best places to grow up in. I don't care what anyone says.
While we're here, 1 second. Sorry, Rachel, sorry to interrupt you, because I've got to get this out, because Patsy Stone has been asking multiple times. I've explained this like quite a few times. She asked if black people can be racist to white people. Okay, so by a definition that is on the internet, yes, but the fact is no, it's not racism, it's discrimination.
The question that I've been asked as well,
It's because basically Patsy has had an experience which I think has led her to feel a certain way, and that's the reason why I wanted to broach it. Like, I understand things happen with lots of different people. It's prejudice. It's not racism.
There is exceptions to the rules.
Sorry. First, I wanted to say that if anyone took me being in the box earlier as being bullied or anything like that, that's not the case at all. Nobody was angry. I think people were just passionate and upset. So I don't want any narrative going around that was the case. I wanted to clear that up for Devon's platform and for anyone else. I also didn't want anyone to be upset by anything I've said. I appreciate I called Paige a liar in a previous live in the comments, but that was purely based off going off what was said in the live prior. All I came up really was just to correct Courtney, and that was my only point really. So it didn't need to escalate, and I think I was partly to blame in that also. But I didn't want any narrative going around of this platform that it was bullying or I was upset or anything like that, because that wasn't the case. And yes, I was.
No, I think a lot of your friends. I think your friends thought that you were being bullied.
Yeah, and I went into Alex's live. He wasn't even talking about it, but I said for everyone in the comments, it wasn't bullying. I'm absolutely fine, and I wanted to clear that up in here as well. Like, that just wasn't the case whatsoever. So,
do you two think that you're at a place to talk, or is it just one that needs to be squashed and moved on? I'm asking that to Paige.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't.
Calm.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to talk to her. I won't speak to her again. But yeah, I'm not in a beef thing. I'm not going to shout or scream every time I see her.
Fine,
I've blocked her, and it's just move on, really.
Yeah, I genuinely like all of you, so I just wanted to squash it. You can obviously have whatever feelings you have towards me. That's no problem. But
that's squashed.
No, I just wanted to clarify, so that wasn't like a narrative that was going around to you, Devon, or for anyone else, okay?
No, it's cool. It's just I think frustrations are high, and it is what it is.
Of course, but I wasn't really getting at anyone apart from Courtney, really.
Over me.
So yeah, that was it. And yeah, all I've said previously was obviously what was said, which was on a screen record also. So that's it. And yeah, I don't hold any hard feelings towards anyone, but obviously have your feelings towards me, that's fine.
No, I don't dislike you, because I don't know you, but I'm just learning on this app. Patterns of behaviour are a big thing for me, and I'm just gonna, instead of me being fake after this interaction and pretending like I like how your morals are settled, where our things are aligning, and then we end up doing like this again and dancing around it. Like, it's just more mature to just block and move on. I'm not gonna be rude to you when I see you. I don't hate you as a human. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's no problem at all.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just think our views don't align. So I think it's just silly to dance
That's
around
absolutely
it, if that
fine. I
makes
just
sense.
didn't want anyone to go with a narrative that you were angry or bullying or anything like that. I'm squashing
I appreciate that, thank you.
on behalf of me and Jill. And yeah, you can obviously
thanks
have
for that.
those feelings
That's the
and
best.
whatnot, and we'll squash it there.
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
Well then, ladies. Ladies rule the world. That's good.
We run the world.
Oh God, I hate that song.
I miss people telling me that I speak like I'm black.
Who said that? What does black sound like?
Don't you remember they were saying to me, "You're in the wrong skin colour."
Oh yeah, you're in the wrong skin.
You speak like you're black and you want a black boyfriend.
Yeah, you do.
Like, oh, mashallah.
I don't know. For me, I feel like I want to have a conversation with the people that are camping, rather than doing this side, that side.
Can I just say as well, sorry, Devon, Misread messaged me to say she apologises to Paige. I forwarded it to Paige and she said that she can go into hers tomorrow to tell her side. And she said, I haven't seen Michelle's live. So I think Luke has been sent the YouTube so he can see it. And I think Luke's going to play it to show that what Pearl thought didn't happen. And she was in the box, but that had all passed by then. And it was Baby A kicking off at that point, so it was pointless to bring Pearl in, and the boxes were full. So I'm not going to start dropping people to then drag it back up and Pearl and Paige to go at each other when it's the comments that are trying to cause that, if that makes sense.
There we go. This is already sorting itself out. Like I rate that from Misread. I'm not getting like I posed the question and she's given an answer. Like I'm not going for anyone. That's how I felt, and I'm gonna say it. And she's obviously reached out to you guys. That's who she needs to reach out to. That's none of my business. I don't have anything to say on her. I think it's because you're her mod, isn't it?
I'm not her mod. She demodded me and I'm going to go mad. And Luke better mod me as well, because I'm heavily in the click.
Alicia, why were you demodded?
So Alex could have his mod back. I'm furious.
Imagine being dropped by Alex.
I know.
Alex B.
Right, she's going to have to demod Cockapoo. She's got to choose me or Cockapoo.
Oh, she's never choosing you.
Yeah, that is.
These boxes are
Devon is
glitching.
actually with Angie.
It's telling me Alicia's trying to get in the box, Devon.
And it was saying to me that Days has been trying to get in, and Luke tried to get in, and it just wasn't any of it.
But yeah, no,
the AV guy.
I don't blame this one.
I can draw. That's easier, so you can let them all in.
Patsy, don't say
It's not that.
time.
The boxes are.
TJ just sent
The
me a
boxes are
message
just-
laughing at me. I'm furious.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry. I do really apologise if I came in and was rude about things. So, again, I was trying to word it properly. It probably came off really bad.
No, listen. Everyone can have their. Everyone can have their say as long as everyone's mature about it and has whatever. Like
there was one thing.
I'd rather sort things out. I'm sick of narratives being ran and things not getting sorted out and people staying over their sides and throwing stones and hiding their hands and people pretending to be friends and they're not friends. Let's just stop it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You go into these, for someone like me, I go into, different people's lives when I've got a chance to do it. And then if you don't agree, it's instantly, you're dropped. Or we don't agree with you, so get out. And then you get all the hate and the comments. And I think I've only, joined boxes about 2 or 3 times before this and got so much hate for it, so much hate, but then it's just
multi-guest does not exist. That's what it's saying to me. What is going on with these boxes, man?
Sorry, I think I was rambling on to myself.
No, it's fine. I'm glad that you've come out of your shell and able to say your point.
No, it's just like I do have like genuine like questions and things like that. I know that again, it sounds like I'm just being really unintelligent, but I'm not. I'm just trying to ask. Like obviously, even for example, God, I feel like as soon as you're in a box, it gets screen recorded, and then someone thinks that you're a really bad person. But for example, what Miss Red said today, and I've got nothing against the woman, I have to obviously clarify that before I even speak. But saying like leave everything in the past, leave it last year, it's 2025, and I get that, I understand that. Move on, try to get through things. I don't watch everything, and again, I've obviously not been, affected. I hate using that word. But, genuinely affected, genuinely upset by what has been said by certain other creators over time. So can they just leave it in 2024 and move on, or can they not? Because I think it's a big ask, if that makes sense. And again, I don't obviously understand it because I'm not in the same position. Sorry, my connection dropped. Do you know what I mean? Like, if
No, what you're saying, it makes perfect sense. You're saying to a lot of people, okay, so I'm going to use her name because she's the one. Pearl says, leave it, yeah? And there's a lot of people saying, leave it. You can't tell people when to get over a disrespect, pure and simple. That's like saying, forgive your abuser. No, we'll forgive you when we want to forgive you. And you keep going on about it and having your supporters bully us, it's never going to go away. If you want it to stop, why don't you go to your faithful people who are always up your arse, jumping in chats, attacking minorities? Maybe if you leave them the fuck alone, they'll leave you the fuck alone. Pure and simple. I'm not hearing this bully thing. People keep coming in with these scripts about how somebody came in here, Jennifer, whatever her name was, and said, I've bullied Pearl for months. Get a fucking dictionary and learn what words mean. That woman has not been bullied. That woman has done something wrong, and not everyone has chosen to forgive her. Pure and simple. That's it.
Yeah. That's what I was asking, effectively, is it as simple?
Are you comparing Maria Bella, a mentally, clinically insane woman who's been sectioned over a handful of times, put a hairbrush up her bunda, to Pearl? Are you saying that's Pearl's demographic of people and they identify to have the same mental capacity? Don't think Pearl would like that as much, to be honest with you.
Maria, who can I ask you a question? This is another thing. Who forgave CLA? Talk to the individuals. Every black person is not a fucking monolith.
If someone comes up to you, right, if a crackhead come up to you in the street, yeah? If a crackhead come up to you in the street, like buzzing off his nut 2-3 pipes deep, yeah? And was like, you N-word, yeah? I need some money. Or a businessman who owned a reputable company and had lots of people following him, who would you believe to be more like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the worst, what's the word?
The victim?
No, the word I'm looking for is like what's going to come off the worst. So what's going to affect you more? Are you going to stand there for 3 hours every day arguing with a crackhead in the street who has no like mental capacity, or are you going to try and be more affected because of the reach of the racist that has thousands of people following them? You're not going to argue with crackheads. I'm not going to sit there and argue every day with CLA when she puts hairbrushes up her bunda. What the hell do you guys want from me? Powell runs around going, come on, let's have it, me baby, meet outside my van. So there's going to be more back and forth with her. It's that simple.
Do you get it? And people keep, I'm getting so bored of people coming to me about CLA. I've literally, the first interaction I think I've ever had with that woman was New Year's. I don't watch her content for a reason. There's a reason I don't watch it. It's none of my... I stay away from her. I don't see her shit because I actively stay away from CLA for reasons that people can very much understand. Stop coming and bringing this CLA thing to me. I don't know what she does because I don't watch her.
They can't. I don't watch her either, but they can't come to you. The only times I've seen you mentioned in the same sentence with her, like her name, as, oh, well, your mum went there, your mum did it. Like, you're two different people. Your mum's her own person, and I think your mum seems like a really strong, woman that, I know it sounds pathetic, but, she knows what she's doing. She's not stupid, and if it went too far, there's no chance that she would, stand for it. Ever.
I just don't get what, everyone's moaning. Everyone makes me sick on this app. Even down to Alex and everyone that's moaning now that you've all gone back and forth, Angie and that, but I'm not allowed to go back and forth with someone who's come for me. Forget about the racism part. You're acting like this ain't the same woman that sat there for months and lied about me. Saying that I got racially attacked when I didn't, was no shit race. Running around saying I deserved it. Running around saying that I bullied this girl to get sugar watered. It weren't even sugar water. Her and Angie running back fucking lives on and going. She said cold water. She said hot. Paul sitting there giggling and laughing. I can tell her to go fuck herself anytime I want. Are you actually sick in your head?
Can you just remember as well that Pearl gets messages from the comments and she's reactive and she goes live and she kicks off about it without getting context. And this is why I'm saying all she needs to do is drop a message to anyone to say, did you say this? Did this happen? And people would have a conversation. Do you know what I mean? It's just you don't need to go live and kick off and make out people are saying stuff when it's not what's happened, because that's genuinely what has been said is not what went down.
Exactly.
Months and months ago, the woman got offered, to talk to me. I remember when I asked her to talk to me and she cried and said that she was scared and I was looking for a burger van. You showed me the kind of person you are. Don't pretend you're being bullied because I offered to talk to you as the person who'd been done wrong. Stop this fucking narrative. It's boring.
Yeah, she's done. That's fine though. She's done that to at least is it 3 different people? I know she's
I just
said
don't get. I'm sick of you telling me. Like I said, people in the comments reminded me even more. Everyone else is allowed to go through stuff, and everyone's like, oh, if you've got big platforms and this and oh, poor pal and all of this stuff. But because I've got 40k and I'm a young black girl that I can't have any form of sympathy. Running around when she was saying that I deserve to be burned. That's in. Why the fuck do any of you think I need or have to be give it any kind of nice attention? Why the fuck can't I go over and over every day I want to, like everyone does with Angie? Let's really talk about it, because we can all go back and forth with Angie. We've been doing it for a year, but I can't go back and forth with a racist who said that I deserve to be burned.
No, Paige,
and it's my fault. That's crazy to me.
Paige, I was just gonna quickly ask, I heard her say that, but I didn't know who it was to. Was that to yourself?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah.
No, that's there's no circumstance that's okay though, whatsoever. I don't care if she's older, she doesn't know, and then she comes back on the app and pretends, oh, I didn't really understand. That's not okay.
You see, the thing about this app, the power is invisibility. Yeah, the power is invisibility. A lot of things get said to squash things that people are saying, and it never gets shown. But their side is always shown. That's the point, and that's the problem.
So
that brought me here today.
I got literally, like I said, I got attacked by someone that was meant to be my friend outside my house with boiling hot water. And whilst going through all that, trying to sort out my kids, trying to sort everything else, I had to come on the app whilst having an emotional breakdown, having to leave my house because these 2 old cretin witches were playing my video, sat there on Angie's platform, saying that I deserved it. I deserved it. Why am I never allowed to be a victim in any kind of situation like that? Why am I can't even get physically attacked on live in front of people without being told I'm aggressive or it's my fault, and I'm sick of it. But she can stand there, call me out for fights 24/7, but I deserve everything that I get.
Paige, you didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve that at all. I didn't know it was you at all. I wasn't sure who she said it to. I knew it was wrong. Whoever she said it to, I didn't know it was you, so I'm so sorry.
Another thing is, let's remember how this whole Pearl and Devon thing came about, because she was defending Angie. Now look where we are. This is it's like the other day when I had a big hoo-ha with Canadian Angie. She was backing Angie. Now look where they are. The truth always comes to light. You've done all this for someone that never ever had your back in the first place. You were never ever friends. You were fake friends. You did stuff for clout. And you're in this position because of that. I was always respectful to Pearl. I'll take it back. I've got videos. I've even when it was all going on, I was actually calm with her.
I'm off to kick off at Brigham. I'll be back in a minute.
What is he?
Oh, let's all go.
Go over them.
Yeah, let's all go and just get in the boxes, honestly, because I'm sick of
Let's all go. Let's all go.
bullshit
Let's all
comment.
go.